The Young and the Restless Friday, March 14 recap. Sharon and Phyllis rescued from toxic gas. Tracy peeks at Martin's phone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless by and R recap for Friday, March 14, reveals that Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will be rescued from toxic gas, while Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, peeks at Alan Laurent, aka Martin Lawrence, Christopher Cousins' phone. In captivity, Phyllis and Sharon will enjoy the catharsis of totally trashing the place. Sharon and Phyllis will also find the camera that's been monitoring them, so they'll shut it off and await the kidnapper's arrival. Phyllis and Sharon will arm themselves by the door, but then a message will come in on one of the burner phones. It'll express disapproval over Sharon and Phyllis' unsportsmanlike behavior before insisting that they've lost the game. Soon after, toxic gas will be pumped in the room, so Phyllis will find the source of the leak and frantically try to shut it off. Phyllis won't be successful and will be on the verge of passing out as the rescue team closes in. Outside Havenhurst Psychiatric Clinic, Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd, will stop Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, from breaking in since he'll want to wait for the landlord, David Pressman. Once the landlord arrives on Friday's I and R episode, he'll insist there's been no interest in the place and that it's been abandoned for years. However, the landlord's key won't work, so he'll realize somebody must have changed the lock. After Chance finally gets the lock open, he'll head in first with some officers. Billy and Nick won't be far behind, so they'll all find one locked room and realize that's where Phyllis and Sharon are likely being held. Sharon will hear Nick's voice and call out to him, so he'll break the door down and cradle her in his arms. Billy will also hold Phyllis as she tries to stay conscious due to the gas that's still leaking. Some EMTs will check Phyllis and Sharon out off-screen, so they'll be cleared to go home. However, Sharon and Phyllis will end up recapping their whole ordeal to Nick, Billy, and Chance at the Newman Ranch. There'll be concerns about the sick individual behind this twisted game still being on the loose. Since the captor may not have intended on the rescue happening, Phyllis will make a worried prediction and want to find them before they strike again. In a suite at the GCAC, Tracy will hear another notification on Alan aka Martin's phone. When Tracy takes a peek and sees a message about a security breach at the clinic, she'll seem confused. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Tracy will get updates on some shocking news soon, so stay tuned. CTL will have other great Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, so make us your one-stop Y and R source. The Young and the Restless continues to weave its complex web of drama, mystery, and emotional turmoil as the events of Friday, March 14 unfold. Fans of the daytime soap opera are left at the edge of their seats as Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers find themselves in a life-threatening situation, while Tracy Abbott takes a bold step that could change the course of several lives. From toxic gas to secrets lurking on phones, this episode delivered a powerful mix of suspense, action, and heartache, leaving viewers hungry for what comes next. The tension builds, Sharon and Phyllis in danger. The episode begins with a gripping, high-stakes scenario. Sharon and Phyllis, two of Genoa City's most iconic women, are trapped in a confined space with a ticking clock. After being lured into a situation that quickly spirals out of control, both Sharon and Phyllis are exposed to a dangerous cloud of toxic gas, leading to panic and desperation. The tension is palpable as the two women struggle to stay calm and think through their next moves. Sharon, ever the voice of reason, tries to keep herself and Phyllis from succumbing to fear. She urges Phyllis to conserve her energy, to stay calm, and to focus on finding a way out. Despite their usual animosity, there's a moment of mutual respect and cooperation between them as they work together to survive. But time is not on their side. The toxic gas begins to affect them both, and their breaths become labored, their vision blurry. The air is thick, and every moment feels like it could be their last. As their surroundings become more suffocating, the reality of the situation hits home. The two women are not just fighting for their own survival. They are fighting for the chance to see their families again, for a shot at redemption, and perhaps even for the opportunity to finally put aside their differences. As Sharon and Phyllis struggle to hold onto consciousness, the drama intensifies, and just when it seems like all help arrives, a hero emerges from the shadows, and the tension gives way to relief as the women are rescued from the clutches of death. The scene ends on a note of suspense and relief, leaving viewers to wonder who was behind their rescue and what the consequences will be for those who put them in this dangerous position. Phyllis and Sharon's strained history, a moment of reconciliation. The relationship between Sharon and Phyllis has always been complicated. The two women have clashed over everything from romantic interests to business dealings, with Phyllis often finding herself in the middle of Sharon's love life and personal struggles. Over the years, they have shared their fair share of heated arguments, betrayals, and moments of bitter rivalry. Yet in this life-threatening moment, their animosity gives way to a fragile truce. It's not that all of their years of bad blood are suddenly forgotten, but in this dire moment, they share a common enemy, the toxic gas that threatens their lives. Sharon, who has always been the more patient and diplomatic of the two, takes the lead, attempting to calm Phyllis down when she becomes panicked. Phyllis, for her part, seems to appreciate Sharon's efforts, even if she doesn't always show it. The shared danger they face might not instantly dissolve years of tension, but it does create a temporary bond that's unexpected. Phyllis, ever the survivor, uses her sharp wit and resourcefulness to try and find a solution. Sharon, ever the nurturer, provides the emotional support Phyllis needs to keep pushing forward. It's a surprising alliance that will likely have lingering effects on their future interactions, especially if they ever find themselves in a similar situation again. Their near-death experience might even spark some reflection. Could this be the start of a new chapter for them both? Could they leave behind the bitter feuds that have defined so much of their history? Perhaps, but one thing is certain: their friendship, or at least their understanding of each other, has been irrevocably altered. Tracy Abbott's intrigue, a peek into Martin's secrets. Meanwhile, on the other side of Genoa City, Tracy Abbott finds herself in a moment of personal crisis. Tracy, the thoughtful and introspective Abbott sibling, has always been a figure of moral clarity in the midst of the chaos that surrounds her family. However, in this episode, Tracy is thrust into a moment of intrigue as she grows suspicious of Martin, a character whose motives have been less than transparent. After a series of unsettling interactions with Martin, Tracy decides to take matters into her own hands. Her instincts, honed over years of navigating the complexities of her family and their various entanglements, tell her that something isn't quite right. She feels that Martin might be hiding something, and her curiosity gets the better of her. In a quiet, tense moment, Tracy sneaks a look at Martin's phone, hoping to uncover the truth. What she finds, however, is unexpected. The phone reveals messages and information that suggest a deeper connection between Martin and some of Genoa City's most influential figures who have their own hidden agendas and are not to be trusted. Tracy's discovery sends a shockwave through her, and she is left to wonder whether the man she thought she knew is really who he claims to be. This moment of secrecy sets up a new layer of intrigue and suspense for the Abbott family. Tracy's decision to delve into Martin's personal life could have significant consequences, not only for Martin but for everyone involved. Tracy has always been a voice of reason, but this new development forces her into murky waters. Will she share her findings with others, or will she keep her discoveries to herself as she continues to unravel the mystery of Martin's true intentions? The larger mystery: what is Martin hiding? As Tracy stares at the phone in her hands, the questions mount. What is Martin hiding, and why has he kept this secret? What does this mean for the rest of Genoa City? The revelation that Martin is potentially connected to powerful, secretive figures adds a new layer of complexity to his character, and viewers are left eagerly awaiting more details. Is Martin truly a villain, or is he simply caught up in something far bigger than he can control? And what will Tracy do with the information she has uncovered? The tension surrounding Martin is just beginning to build, and the mystery of his past could shake up everything in Genoa City. As Tracy grapples with her discovery, the stakes are higher than ever, and her next move will likely have ripple effects throughout the lives of the characters we've come to know and love. Conclusion: a day of drama, suspense, and intrigue. The Friday, March 14 episode of The Young and The Restless was a roller coaster of emotions, filled with heart-pounding moments and thought-provoking developments. Sharon and Phyllis' life-or-death struggle against toxic gas showcased the vulnerability of even the most seasoned characters, while their brief moment of reconciliation offered a glimmer of hope for their complicated relationship. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott's decision to peek into Martin's phone added a new layer of suspense, as secrets were revealed and questions were raised. As the episode closed, viewers were left with more questions than answers. What will happen to Sharon and Phyllis now that they've survived their harrowing ordeal? Will their fragile alliance evolve into something more meaningful? And what secrets is Martin hiding? And how will Tracy's discovery affect the Abbott family moving forward? One thing is clear: The Young and the Restless is keeping fans on the edge of their seats with its unpredictable twists, complex characters, and high-stakes drama. With so many unanswered questions and storylines that could go in any direction, it's no wonder fans can't wait for the next episode.